everybody. Hello, and wearing my favorite shirt, Be Kind.
Hey!
I always, when I see Be Kind, I think Be Kind, rewind. Wearing my favorite shirt, Be
Right?
Kind.
Hey!
The universe wanted us to hear that again.
Be kind, rewind,
Be
blockbuster.
Kind, yes. Those are the good old days. I don't
Absolutely.
know. You needed a larger pencil to rewind that cassette, though.
Yeah, yes.
It's so good to see you, friend, and to share space and to be here together again. It's
Yes.
been way too long.
It really has. It really has. I know when you reach out and you're like, "Hey, you wanna read again?" I'm thinking, "Oh my god, we haven't read together in so long." So thank you for having me. I
Mhm.
I really do miss reading with you. I love, the energy that we, create when we read for others, and I'm happy to be back. As people know, I've been taking quite a bit of a break again, and, yeah, I'm slowly getting back into the groove, so I'm happy
Breaks
to be
are
here.
good. Breaks are
Mm,
good. They're
yeah,
necessary. So, yeah, I'm all for it and
yeah.
I'll support you in whatever you need.
Thank you.
So let's say hello to some of our friends in the chat. And then we'll kind of explain a little bit about what we had planned for today, if anyone has an appetite for it.
Okay.
All right. So Alicia is here. Hi and welcome. Thank you for being here. I saw your hashtag me, so love it. And Renee shared a cool update. So let's talk about that. So Renee says, I have an update for the reading you gave me. You three. Okay, the reading you three gave me 4 weeks ago when I said I've been feeling heavy snake energy with my director. I remember that. I feel like same reading. Two of you pulled the snake card, and day I plant. I may be misinterpreting that, but tell me what is going on. You have an update. Tell us everything we want to know.
Yes.
And then let's see. Oh, Aquarius Tarot Adventures, Carolina. Hello. Happy to see
Hey.
you. Oh,
Hello.
Moon Scarab. I got your email
Ramon.
today and I was so excited. So I'll reply to you after our live. So thank you so much for reaching out. Awesome. Ooh, we gotta, you remember, like, well, I don't know, I never had to do this, but when you have to wait for like the show to start and you would sit by the radio to listen to,
Oh,
like,
yes.
right? And so that's how I feel. Okay. So she says the day after the new moon, the 28th, she fired me after a 17-year career. I was a contractor. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Even if you're a contractor, that's not right.
Whoa.
That's insane. Wow, wow, wow. Talk
Wow.
about, the synchronicity of that, right? Because this stuff came up in the cards. The snake symbolism, which, a lot of times we jump to the conclusion of the snake, like being mean or this or that or an enemy, and you have to remember, like, oh, that could be healing, restorative, it could be a lot of different things. But look at that, how it worked out for you. My goodness, I'm
Wow.
so sorry to hear that. Witchy best friend, hey, nice to
Hey.
see you. Thank you for being
Um,
here.
Renee, was that on the lyrical live stream that we read for you? Try to refresh my memory because I do remember reading for you. I've read for you a few different times, but just let me know. Was it on lyrical live stream with Ramon and Heather that we read for you? I
Yes.
think so. Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm trying to remember what the reading, how it played out. So, well, thank you for updating. I always,
Madonna Material Girl. I
right,
remember that. Yes.
right,
Oh, so that
yes.
was the show with Ramon. If
Ramon,
it
yeah.
was it with Madonna?
Yes, Ramon and Heather. Yeah. So,
Mhm.
wow, thanks for the update though. I always like when people circle back around to let us know. And I'm really
Wow,
sorry that was
yeah.
the outcome. Whew, that's heavy for sure.
That
Um,
is.
I think I saw Lexi too. Lexi, girlfriend.
Let me see. Hi, my beautiful loves. Why did I read my beautiful lovers? I was like, what?
Love us,
Damn, Lexi. You know,
Lexi.
I, I was listening to Althea, like one of her, I was going back to listen to one of her things. And I like looked at it quick and I was like, "Ooh, it's sexy time on on Althea's channel. Let me go in." But no, it's about self-love. And I was like, let me
Oh.
ay, ay, ay. Yes, my beautiful Althea. Oh,
Mhm.
very happy to see everyone in the chat. Yeah, Renee, very wow. I mean, that's synchronistic. And thank you for that feedback because we don't often get to hear back from people when we
No.
read for them. And so it's exciting, when we get, even though it was not favorable, but I don't know, maybe maybe you were able to work some magician magic and turn it into something even better. If it's been about 3 weeks now, it's possible that you're still going through that grief of the separation, the loss, and still trying to get your bearings.
Yeah.
Um, I feel relief, but I'm stuck. I get it and I know the feeling. Hey, Karen.
Hey,
Hello,
Erin.
beautiful Karen. Hi,
Hello.
Ashu. Good to see you. Karen, I'm loving your
Hello.
morning energy vibe, your new intro, just
Yes.
everything about this new space that you're creating for yourself. It's amazing.
Yep.
And I didn't get to, I'm trying to be better about, creating a bit of a schedule. And sometimes I'm ashamed to say that I see that you're going live and I'm like, crap, I better get up and start getting ready. Eternal light, hello and welcome. Thank you for
Hey.
being here. Yeah, this is great. So many of our friends are in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. So I wanted to share a little bit about what we plan on doing today. So there's a little bit of a theme going on. I don't know. Well, here, if I take this off, see, Ange is dressed in black. I'm dressed in white. And what we were thinking would be kind of cool to do is themed readings. Now, of course, you don't have to if you don't want to. We're just trying to, make things fun. But what we and I actually pinned this in the chat in the comments. So what we thought would be cool to do is pull cards around the idea of release, right?
Mhm.
What am I ready to let go of in order to grow? And then pull cards around the idea of rise. What energy or mindset will empower my next chapter? And so, what we thought is that we could tag team on these readings. So, each of us would read, one on release, one on rise, and kind of give you that full comprehensive view. So that is the thought. That's what we have planned for you today. And of course, if you have something else, we're happy to oblige. But that was the idea. So, if you want to play, let us know.
Yeah, hashtag me if you want in. We'll be happy to root for
Yes,
you.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So before things get unruly, dun, dun, dun. Let me get my book and
Yes, pen and
my
paper.
book,
And
my
before we start
pen.
any of this, I want to say something that
Woo,
Elizabeth is only 5 away from 400 subscribers. So please,
woo.
please, please, if you're watching this, please subscribe. She deserves that
Yes,
and more.
yes.
She puts a lot of time and effort into her channel. She has quality content. She goes live, once a week for readings, and then she also posts a video each week. So yeah, please support her because she deserves it.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. And it is really it's a struggle.
Yeah.
But it's, how can I say, it's slow but steady. And
Yeah.
that feels good because it feels like you're really building a community with other people who have a lot of the same, that there's a connection there,
True. True.
right? And so I rather go slow and build a community that way than kind of like you
True,
know.
yeah, organically. Yeah, there's something to be said about a smaller channel. It's more intimate. And like you said, you can kind of grow with your audience, if you will. You can sort of get to know them, within reason. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So look, to celebrate my readings tonight, I have amped up my little
Hey, look at this.
I added emojis.
I
So
love
that
it.
way when Ange is reading, I could interrupt her.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh my gosh. All
Mm.
right. All right. So we have Alicia, hashtag me, and we have now Renee gave us that like amazing update. Uh and I don't know if Renee has appetite for it, but we could potentially read for you if you're interested, Renee.
Yeah.
And Renee the material girl. Yes. All right. She feels, oh, well, she said she feels stuck. Okay. And then let me see. Ashu asked for a reading and Eternal Light. Beautiful. Oh, and thank you for posting the cards again. I mean the things. You know
Yeah.
what I mean. Carolina. Got
Yes.
you. I got you, my friends.
Mhm.
Carolina.
Subscribe.
Right.
There we
Okay.
go.
Karen. Oh, thank you, Karen. I love this headband, but sometimes it gives me a headache, so it's hard. I don't know. You wear a lot of headbands. But
Hmm.
sometimes for me it's a struggle, right? Karen always has this really cute headband, but sometimes they're a little like, snug and
Hmm.
then to whip out the peppermint oil and
Yes. Yep, exactly. Yes, I got some right here. Actually, this is spearmint, but same thing.
it's spearmint is good too. Spearmint is good too. Eternal Light standstill on subscribers. I feel like there's something like going on because it's like the numbers feel like they've been flat for a really long time.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden they're getting circulated more. And
Hmm.
so now my shorts are getting more visibility. So I'm always hopeful that through the shorts that people will find the channel. But yeah, it's a challenge because the videos do not circulate the way that the shorts circulate. So
I
it's an
start every day
interesting.
with your short. Every day.
My,
Yes, because it's the top of my notifications. I'm like, yep, I can't start my day without it. Click. And
you
the
know,
the pairing you
it's
have right now on your shorts is the best. I love
that pairing is like that is so good.
it. It
I
is.
love that pairing.
It-
And I go back to them. Like I listen to them too
yeah,
because I shuffle them, right? So then every day it's like, well, I don't know, so I go in and I listen. And like
yeah.
the message that I saw today, I was like, I needed that. I needed a deeper reading. Why didn't Elizabeth go deeper?
Yes. Yes. I know, like the other one was a tower. I was like, okie dokie, here we
Uh-huh.
go. But tower's not always a bad thing, though.
Yes, yes, the tower, I have the portrait of the tower that I painted with Bill right here next to me.
I love that. Look it. So beautiful.
Isn't that cool?
Everybody, she drew and painted this.
I
Mhm.
did this and I'll spare you. I uploaded it to my channel as one of those, what do you call those when it just like goes super fast?
Oh,
At like a
what is
hundred times speed so that
yeah.
you could enjoy it. And actually, it's funny because a lot of people reached out and said that they found it so relaxing.
It
to
was.
watch.
Yes. Yeah, like a time
So
lapse
cool.
video. Mhm.
Yeah, time lapse. Yes, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
All right, where am I? Ooh, inner knowing 221. My sister, how are you?
Yes, inner knowing. Hey, Gypsy JJ.
Hello,
I'm sorry
Gypsy
I always
JJ.
call you that, but that in my head
I
I have to
do
say it.
too. I'm like Gypsy JJ, and then people are like, "Wait, is that another person? I don't see them in
I
the
don't
chat."
see
I'm like,
Gypsy JJ. I'm like, but it's the inner knowing. You have to
"It's
know.
she's my sister. She knows I'm talking about her." Let me see. Renee. Okay, so yes, Renee wants the reading. Karen, 21 away, so close. You know, you're gonna get there, Karen. Because consistency and having that like morning show, you know, not every
Yes.
day, but when you have it, like that's gonna help you a lot.
Mhm.
And it's
Yep.
such a nice energy in there. And I love that it's like short. It's not this like, 2-hour commitment. Like you could
No.
go, you could support, you could listen, and
Yeah.
then, go on with your day. I love that.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, inner
Lennon Smith
knowing.
is here. Girl, hey.
Whoa, hey. Lennon has a new deck out.
I know it's on its way to me. I'm so
You don't
bad.
say, and
You know what? So she had so she said that she was working on it, right? And I was like, "Oh, I'm like peeping it out." And then so I have a couple people's make playing card shop like saved because that is a tricky website, right?
yes,
And so I have it saved. So sometimes I'll just like
I
click
have hers
and
saved.
refresh just to see like what's going
Mhm.
on, right? And I noticed that it became available because she has it with a box or without. And I just like it without the box because it's cheaper. And
Mhm.
so I clicked on it one day and I was like, "Oh, it's available without the box." And I was like, I wonder if because you know how sometimes creators they put it on to make playing cards, but they're like just messing around with it. They maybe want to get a prototype or something. And I thought, oh, I don't wonder if this is the one that we can buy. And I'm like, I'm just gonna take my chance. So I clicked on it. And then she posted a video on it maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 days later. And in the comments, I'm like, okay, so confession, it's already on its way to me. She's probably like, and what the hell? I didn't even announce yet. How did you get into my shop before I opened the door?
Cha cha cha. Angie's everywhere. She's all seeing, all knowing.
I
She's
just
like, hold on, energetically. I know something is different. Something has changed. My pendulum is twitching.
yeah,
Let me go check.
exactly. I know.
Helga, hello. Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Helga. Thanks for
Ooh,
being
thank
here.
you so much to all my friends. Oh, and her book went live too. Yay. Oh, but you know what I was going to say? Hold on. This isn't just for me, right? Like, please make sure if you are new, to both of us, that you also subscribe to my friend Ange, who is Roots and Waves. And her link is in the description box below. So, in case we have anyone
Thank
who
you.
is lurking, Helga, I will add you to the list. The list is getting kind of long, y'all. So I'm gonna add it to the list. So here's what I'm gonna say. Um, if you are like seeking guidance and seeking guidance like right away, a donation will bump you to the top of the list. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go in the order in which that the readings have been requested, and then before we get to you, I'll make sure that you're in the chat because we want to read for you if you're here. So that's what
Mhm.
we have. So far, I have Alicia, Renee, Ashu, Eternal Light, Carolina, Gypsy JJ. Karen says, I didn't know that Gypsy JJ and Inner Knowing were the same
Yes. Now you know.
Gypsy JJ and Helga. Okay, so let's get into it, yeah?
Yeah. So which deck? Okay. So I'll be reading for the release, and Elizabeth is reading for the rise, right? Because dark and light. Is that how it goes? I think so.
Yes. I was studying this very question. Gypsy JJ, I got you.
Yes.
Gypsy
Lyla is
JJ.
here. Hey, Lyla.
Oh, I love Lyla. Her voice,
I know.
Lyla was the one that she did an unboxing of this.
Seriously, it's at the top of my wish list because of Lila. Lila!
Yes. So she did a walkthrough on this, and then I put it on my wish list, and then 24 hours later, you know, boom, it was
It's at your door.
ordered and on its way to me. I was just like, oh my God, so cool. Enabler. Lila, you enabler.
I love it.
Makes me want to paint.
Right.
Oh,
It's
yes,
such a beautiful deck.
it's
And the
gorgeous.
messages, though, I mean, the artwork is very unique, but the messages are it's really good. It's really well done.
Hmm. It is. It is. Um, Also, friends, I'm just gonna put this out there. Like when I go live, I shut off all my notifications. So I don't get random messages. Are you cooking? What's for dinner?
Yes.
So if you make a donation, please let us know. And
Hmm.
that way, we can bump you to the top. All right. Oh, I love that little emoji. Hey, Bill. Hi, Bill.
Oh, hey.
999.
Hey, Bill.
Bill, I was just sharing with everyone my portrait of the tower that we did together.
Yes.
I call it a portrait. It really is. I'm going to sign it and everything. I'm going to move Pamela Coleman's initials out of the way and put mine. Uh,
Yes.
I don't know if you saw that. Look, when I painted it, like I was like a freak.
Oh, no, I missed that part. Oh.
I even put it there.
Yep. Detail. I love it.
Here we go. Fall down. Okay, just tuning in. All right, Alicia. Okay, so hold on. So Alicia, would you like to do the themed reading, the card 1 and card 2, like the release and the rise, or um did you want to stick with your initial question? Who am I? What is my purpose in this life? And what spiritual ability I have? And how can that's a lot of questions, Alicia. Yes, to which question? You framed your coloring. It
She
was more
did.
than it was a piece of art. What are
It
you
was a
talking about?
drawing and a
It
painting.
was a painting. I framed it. I put what do you call those like lights? Those spotlights. I put a spotlight.
Yes. There's
What's
security
the
around it. If you
topic?
touch it, the alarms go off. It's a big thing. Okay.
Okay, so she says with the topic. You think that
Oh,
means card 1, card 2?
yeah, the topic. Yeah, cool.
Okay, card 1, card 2. Okay then.
Oh,
So,
what deck
card
are you using?
card 1 is the release. Are you going to read on card 1?
Yeah, the release.
Okay. So then and then I'll do card 2, the rise. So, what am I ready to let go of in order to grow? And then what energy or mindset will empower my next chapter? And for today's exercise, I will be using
Tarot of Aphrodite.
Tarot of Aphrodite Goodnessness.
And I'll be using the Lacrimosa Tarot.
Mm. Look at that.
Yes, this is by Rose Bay, and I'll put the link to the Lacrimosa here so that if you are wondering
See, so this
how
one
to
is
get
like,
it,
all lovey-dovey, and then Angie's is like,
dark.
pow. Oh my God, Althea, I was just talking about you. Your ears were ringing.
Althea, hey!
Happy to see you,
It was such a
Althea.
good reading with her the other day. Oh my gosh, we read for almost 3 hours. Althea, oh my lord, how did we hang in there for so long? But it was so good. It was so good.
Althea, I have no shame. I told everybody I thought it was Sexy Time on your channel. I went straight there. I was like, ooh, what does she have to say? And then you were like, oh, we have to love ourselves. And I was just like, oh, oh,
She
that.
wanted sexy time talk.
Oh, I thought it was Sexy Time.
Oh.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay,
Okay. So we're
ready?
doing Alicia, right? Okay, yeah. So let me get into my zone here. All right, Alicia, the release. What is Alicia ready to let go of to grow? Let go of to grow. Okay. Alicia. Alicia ready to let go. How many are you pulling?
I feel like I feel like I want it depends. I feel like I want 3 cards,
Yeah.
combination of tarot and oracle, but I would do less if I was doing charms.
Hmm.
But I feel like 3 cards gives you a good picture.
Like 3 cards total? Or you're doing 3 and I'm doing 3?
I do 3, you do 3.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sounds good. I usually can't read any less than 3. So I'm like, it's a story.
I know. I listen to your videos every day when I'm working. And I heard you say that the other day in one of your videos, like from 6 months ago.
Yes. Okay. Mhm. Okay, 3 cards. Mhm. Are you doing any charms or just the cards today?
I have the charms and I was going to pull them if I feel like
Okay. Hmm. Let's see here. I gotta.
I also have my new little divination coin in case anyone gets an
Oh.
inkling for a yes no question.
Okay.
You know, don't come back to me later and say that was wrong.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun. What the heck? The card just flew out.
Hmm. Okay. I see what's going on here. I am definitely ready. So Alicia, I'll begin with your release. Okay. So I'm using the combination of the Lacrimosa and the what is this called? The Haunted Manor Oracle.
So good.
And okay, let's just jump right in. So we start off with the Fool card. Okay, so when we're talking about this release card, it says this card identifies a pattern, belief, or habit that is no longer aligned with who you're becoming. So this reading is about that, right? So it's about what you're gonna release in order to grow. Okay, so we start off with the Fool. Now, remember, the Fool is all about, sort of taking that leap, right? About the beginning. It's the very beginning of whatever it is that you are stepping into, taking that leap of the unknown, right? Um, so let me just move on to the second one so I can put all the story together for you. So we have the Five of Coins that's next. It's a Five of Pentacles, right? And yeah, this one here is talking about scarcity. And as soon as I pulled this one, I heard like money blocks, something like that, right? So it's almost like the Fool card can invite like letting go of um the inability to just begin, to just do something. Like, what is it that you've been meaning to start, but you just keep kind of putting it off, or something happens, and you know what I mean? That's kind of like the Fool. And then the Five of Coins is like, oh, like, is it around like money blocks? Like, is there something like that? Because the Five of Coins can mean um that, right? Of course, it can also just mean like emotional scarcity as well. It doesn't have to be monetarily, right? Because Five of Coins can talk about like abandonment issues if you're struggling with that. Right. So just kind of keep that vibe in mind. And then the third card that I pulled is the King of Coins, which is the King of Pentacles. And this one is like, okay, what is it that's outdated, right? That you're thinking about that needs to be let go? Like, are is there something in your life that you have like this rigid control of that maybe it's time to like let that go? So is there, when I put them all together, is there like rigid thoughts, patterns stuck in your mind about scarcity or abandonment that it's time to, basically let go, because the Fool is asking you to sort of take that leap, and if you've been hesitant on that. Okay. Now the Oracle card that goes along with this is Pause and Rest, and it's Canopy Bed. So I mean, quite frankly, it's asking you to pause and think this over, right? What is it that you with, especially that Five of Coins is really jumping out to me. So either there's money blocks or there's scarcity coming up for you in terms of abandonment issues or something like that. Okay. So that this is asking you to, pause. Yeah, pause and reflect and sleep on it and think about that. The charms that came out is this one's kind of funny, but didn't drink enough water, and there's like this little tombstone. Um, but it's just basically saying like, again, what are you lacking, like with that Five of Pentacles? Like, what is that scarcity? What is that? I mean, this is kind of being cheeky and funny about the no water, which is true. By the way, if you're not drinking enough water, there's your sign as well, right? And then we
Mhm.
have the Shovel, which asks you to dig deeper, go deeper, and really sort of consider this. And then the last term that came out is the little pack of cigarettes as well. So, I mean, this could represent letting go of a habit. It doesn't have to be cigarettes, of course, but it could just be any habit that isn't serving you well, right? So it could be something about like something that you're thinking about over and over again that's not serving you, or something physically that you're doing. What are those? Oh, the candy smokes. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen those in years. Those are so cool. Yeah, so Alicia, so the so the release, yeah. So beliefs, patterns, or habits, which is funny, right? Because here comes the little pack of smokes. But so there's something around that Five of Pentacles that's really standing out. I mean, yes, the King of Pentacles, with maybe there's just something like a rigid pattern that you're um they're asking you to detach from. And usually the King of Pentacles in the release form is asking you to detach from something, right? Because the opposite of it is like you're in control of it. It's asking you to like let go of control of that, right? So
Mm.
um yeah, so remember, the Five of Coins can be about like scarcity, shame, abandonment, money issues, like so much of that sort of lack mentality, right? Or maybe you just think like I'm not good enough or something like that, right? So that's what it's asking you to release. And now we'll pass it over to Elizabeth so we can see what it is that you can rise from. Okay.
So sorry. Like I always go on these tangents when I'm going with you. So while you were talking about, I don't know what you were talking about. I heard the song. What is it? You're a bad habit to break. That song, from I don't know, the 80s or whatever is what I
Mhm.
heard. But I was like so focused on the cigarettes that I was like, oh, I need one now. So I'm gonna do this reading with a cigarette, y'all.
Hey.
These are old already because the tips were red when I first got them.
What happened to the tips? They went
I
out.
have no idea. I have no idea, but this
I
cracks me
love
up.
this.
When
Mm.
I saw this at the auto mechanics last year, like I
What?
immediately became a child. I think I got misty eyed. And they were like, please take it. And oh no, I feel terrible. No, 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 please
Yeah, I'm not
take it.
stealing candy.
Okay, I'll take it. All right. So let's get back on track. How can we rise from these situations? Energy or mindset that's going to empower you in your next chapter. I don't even know this is. What I pulled is the King of Swords. I'll show him like this because he is in his full glory. And you know what? Good for you all deck creators, because always the women are out there like showing everything off. They never show the man. So there you have it. A
It's
deck that
true.
shows everything. So what energy or mindset is going to empower you? This is I totally think that this is around the way that you communicate to other people and the ability to kind of pull back on emotions and stick to the facts, stick to logical approaches or strategic approaches when you are communicating your needs, the things that you want to see happen, the things that you're looking for. Why is it that sometimes we feel like we're not able to say that, like that we're too needy or we ask for too much, or what are people going to think? What are people
Mhm,
going to say? No, you should. You know what your worth is, you know what your value is. And if there is something that you are looking for, then you should feel empowered to do that. And this card here, the king, is asking you to do it boldly and confidently. And I get the sense also that this is something that is a struggle for you, something that is not easy for you to do, but it's going to, when you're a person that doesn't like to ask for things, doesn't like to say things, has a habit of pulling back or filtering everything that we say out loud because we have to say it just the right way or do things just the right way, right? When you do that, you fall into this habit. When you finally have that moment where you're just like, done with all of that and you are clear and concise without getting emotional, without getting carried away, without being disrespectful, you're clear and direct and to the point. When you have that moment, it's very empowering, and you ask yourself like, oh my god, that felt great. Like, what took me so long to actually do that? Why haven't I done this before?
mhm,
So
mhm,
a couple of cards that are coming out for you, right? Like, be careful once you do it and you realize how easy it is to actually do and how good it feels. We could get carried away, right? So just be mindful of that energy. I have the 6 of Wands here, and this particular card just catches my eye because usually this guy is just kind of triumphantly marching down the road, and he's at a slow pace because he wants everybody to see him. This guy here almost gives off, Knight of Wands vibes. So just be mindful of your approach, but also like what I'm seeing is be steady, right? And it's interesting because Ange pulled the 5 of Pentacles, I believe. I have the 4 of Coins.
mhm,
This is asking for stability. This is asking for stability because right now it feels like there's an imbalance right now. Either you're not doing enough of what you need, or you have periods where you're doing it, but then you fall back to your old ways. So this is asking for some stability and some structure in the way that you're doing this. And I wanted a little bit of like clarity around that card, so I pulled a charm. I got one of my new charms. The
Oh.
Band-Aid. I got the Band-Aid charm. So this tells me
Mm.
that these things are not easy for you to do because you've been hurt in the past and you're still working through those emotions. You're still healing. You're still trying to find your way, and but that's where that release comes in, like letting go of some of that stuff is helps to bring in healing, the healing that I feel like you need in order to bring yourself to that next level of being able to say the things that you need to say and put yourself first. Because when you put yourself first, let me rewind. When you tell someone else no, you're saying yes to yourself. And that's like very critical for you to remember. When a lot of times we focus on like, oh, but I feel bad because this and that. No. When you say no to somebody else, you're saying yes to yourself. And don't be afraid to do that. Stand tall, stand proud, do what you need to do. And, just keep it balanced. Keep it balanced and know that you're doing the right things. It will heal whatever it is that you're working through. It could be from stemming from childhood. It could be, maybe someone telling you that you know couldn't say things, couldn't do things. Um this it's it's going to heal, and you're going to find that sense of empowerment, and you will bring yourself into balance. And that is what I have for you, my friend.
Mhm. Wow, that's so cool. I love that.
Yeah.
And I was looking up the canopy bed because the that oracle comes with a whole book. It's actually quite thick.
Oh,
And I mean,
yes.
like, I mean, the rest and thing. I mean, it's obvious there's a bed rest and things like that. But I'm like, I wonder if the guidebook says anything more. And it's so cool because in one part of it, it says, I mean, other than the obvious, the rest and pausing, it says, um, you know, a lack of energy might be the cause of lack of motivation, because it's asking you, are you mentally numb? Are you feeling unmotivated or worn out and exhausted? I'm thinking, is this my reading? It might be. But then it says, what practices or habits can you follow to feel better? And we just talked about that. Like, what habits can you get rid of? And then in this rise part, you could maybe think of habits that you could do to counteract that, right? And
Mhm.
yeah, so good. That
I
was
love that.
good.
I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, like, I mean, sleeping in a bed, okay, that's fine. It's a bed. But if you got to sleep in a canopy bed, that was something special.
I always wanted one, I never had one, and I just always yeah, especially, like, the ones they made, like, with the sort of, like, the sheer, and then you could, like, doll it up with whatever, maybe
Yes.
lights or something, but that would defeat the whole point of sleeping, but when you're a kid, you're thinking, like, fairy tale land, so
That's so funny that you say that. So my very first experience sleeping like that, I was on a trip to Puerto Rico. I was very young. And we get there, it was the middle of the night. And like the people of the island, they're just so warm and friendly and welcoming. It doesn't matter what time of day it is. It doesn't matter if you know them, if they don't know you. Like they're always gonna offer you like food and drink and like all the things.
yeah.
And so oh, crap. Across my forehead, no. um and so we get there in the middle of the night, and they tended the bed, and I felt like a royal princess. Now as an adult, I know that that was what you call mosquitero, which is to keep the mosquitoes off of you while you sleep.
Oh,
But in
okay.
my mind, I was like a princess,
Right,
and
right.
I was gonna sleep like, and then later on, I was like, oh no, that's something fancy that they do when guests come over. They put it on the bed to keep it's like a netting, right? To keep them.
Yes. Oh, tuck me in, please.
Yes.
Yes.
So good. Oh my gosh.
I love that.
Yay. So hopefully that was helpful. you're able to pull something from it that resonates with you. Sometimes it makes sense in that moment. Sometimes later on, you think of something and you're like, okay. Or sometimes it comes through and then you're like, okay, that's not exactly how the reading was, but I I can see what they were talking about. So hopefully it's helpful to you. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for letting us read for you.
I
Um
believe that Eternal Light said mentioned that he did donate to both of us, so if we could
oh,
bump him
okay.
up the
Beautiful.
list.
Thank you so much. All right,
Thank
so I'm gonna
you.
check off Alicia, Eternal Light. Eternal light coming to you. Now, eternal light, okay, the chat has probably been a little bit wild. So, did you want to do the themed reading or did you have something else that you were hoping to get uh, information on today?
And Eternal Light is James. James.
James. I've
James,
seen
James.
eternal light in the chat so many times.
He's very supportive. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Eternal Light wants the theme. Okay, thank you for your support. We really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, thank you,
Okay,
thank you.
so we're gonna do release and rise. Cool.
All right.
Where's my? Oh, here it is. Okay. All right. Eternal Light. What am I ready to let go of to grow? Mhm. All right. Mm.
Every time you say that, I'm like, what happened? What happened?
I love it when you pull the three tarot and you're like, okay, let's just pull an oracle to kind of tie it in. And you're like, exactly, oracle. Thank you. That's what I was thinking. I love it. Okay, let's grab some charms. Mm, okay. Mm, okay, James, I'm ready for you, hun. So remember, I'm doing the release part, right? So what are the question is, what am I ready to let go of to grow? And you can think of it like this: these cards identify a pattern, belief, or habit that's no longer aligned with who you're becoming, right? So, as we go through life, we are outgrow certain things and people and spaces. And so this is kind of what my reading is going to touch on. So we're going to start off with the Three of Coins. So, in the tarot, this represents the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork, collaboration, that sort of thing. Okay. So, as we move into the second one, we're talking about the Eight of Coins. Now, the Eight of Coins or the Eight of Pentacles talks about really mastering your craft, right? Really working hard at something. So, when I put these two together and right off the bat, this is talking about hard work and dedication that you are or have been putting in to some sort of a collaboration with somebody, somebody that you're supporting in some way in your life, right? It could be your personal life, it could be your working life. Only you would know that, of course. And then the third one that I have is the Eight of Wands. Okay, and the Eight of Wands is, that quick energy. It's quick action, things like that. So it's saying here with these three cards that you have been working. What and when I say quick and fast in this particular reading, I'm getting like a lot, like a lot of energy that you've been exuding and putting into, like, working really hard with that Eight of Coins into some form of collaboration. Um, Now, when I say collaboration, it could just be someone else's project or something like that. You could just be contributing to it, or it could be a collaboration where it's yours and theirs. I don't know, but you will definitely know what this means because it was a very strong message. And I say that because we also have the oracle card that came out that says hearth, value your worth. And that's exactly what I was thinking when I got those three cards. Is like, oh, you need to know your worth because you're putting way too much time and energy. And like with that Eight of Wands, that's a lot of energy. Like, remember, Eight of Wands is like rapid, like so much of yourself that you're giving, 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 giving. Oh, that was the Eight of Coins, but this is the Eight of Wands. To somebody, like, I don't know. So just remember that when you are giving of yourself, it's very important to know your worth and to be careful with how much you're giving, because remember, like, reciprocity is a thing, right? And you should be getting something in return. And there's two charms that fell out. It says, hello, I'm aggressively procrastinating. And with this, I would say, like, are you focusing too much on someone else's projects and things and collaborations instead of tending to your own? Because we can do that sometimes, right? And then the last thing I have is a reminder, you can't pour from an empty cup. Well, that makes sense, right? Because if you're constantly giving, giving, and expending your energy, then you can't possibly have enough energy left over with that Eight of Coins to work on your own stuff, right? And so that's what I have for you.
It's amazing because so many parts of your reading like interconnect with my reading.
Ooh, okay.
I feel, look what eternal light. I feel used, broken, like a tossed aside.
Oh,
Such truth I'm hearing.
oh
So,
no.
so here's what I'm gonna say.
Mm,
Card two for rise. What energy or mindset is going to empower your next chapter? I'm using a combination of two tarot decks. All three cards are wands, so fire energy. Okay. This is a call to action. Like, you know what you're doing wrong, and the cards are saying stop. It's time to do it different.
yeah.
So, the first card that I'm getting for you, Four of Wands. Remember to celebrate what you're doing. Every time you do something, ask yourself, like, how does this make me feel? How does this make me feel? If it's something that you're doing for yourself, it's going to make you feel good. If it's something that you're doing for somebody else, it's not going to make you feel that great. Okay? Celebrate your accomplishments and give yourself the pat on the back that you need, because a lot of times we sit and we wait for other people to recognize, like, oh, look what a great job so and so did, but sometimes that doesn't come. People just don't. Sometimes we have to be the ones that pat ourselves on the back. So take a very close look at what you're doing and celebrate your wins, even the small ones. Like, Lord, I didn't slap that person down today. That's a win.
Yes.
Like, today I held back, right? That's a win. Celebrate that. Like, celebrate all the things. You know what? Well done. Today you did it. So that is what I'm getting for you. The other card is 10 of Wands.
Mm.
10 of Wands. Like, ask for help. Like, stop trying to do everything by yourself. There's no reason to. You're not being recognized for it. You're not being recognized for it. You know, the only opinion at the end of the day that matters is your own.
Right.
right? Like, let's not do things to because maybe somebody else will see da da da, and maybe this and that and the other. No, when you do something, do it because it comes from your heart. Because when you do it from that space, it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter if they recognize or don't recognize, because recognized. You're recognizing yourself. So right here, uh manage your work a little bit differently. See how you can take a closer look at what you're doing and see if there's different ways. Maybe you could farm out some of it. Maybe you could ask for help. Maybe you could say, you know what, no, today I'm not going to do that. Maybe you can ask somebody else. Right? Like, today I'm not going to say
Mhm.
yes to that project, right? It's a shift in the way that you're doing things. I feel like when we do things from this fire energy, we're doing it, we feel like this sense of commitment and this passion to do great things. But we have to always make sure to check in with ourselves and make sure that we're doing things for the right reasons.
Mm.
Okay, so the final card that I'm getting here, Two of Wands, and immediately when I saw this card, pick a path. Pick a path. Stop veering off to do other things. No, like, stay true to what you're trying to do. Pick a path and go. And it's ironic what you said in the chat. I had already pulled this card, and then you said it, and I was like, okay. I pulled a card for you. It says, find your truth. That's the
Mm.
oracle card. Find your truth, inner guidance. Okay. We know where the inner guidance is, it's within us. Okay. But I want to show you the image.
Oh.
The broken TV with the
Wow.
static, like not seeing clearly. Not only is the screen damaged, it's cracked. And at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I just feel like what's on the tube doesn't matter, it's what's inside of you.
Yeah, what
And
channel were you on? Which your you know what I mean? What channel?
yes,
Meaning, yeah, like whatever that means to you, like,
yes,
oh,
yes, I feel like this
tuning
is,
in.
yes,
Hmm.
like, tune in to yourself. Like, you look at the guy could care less about what's happening with the TV.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a connection point. This is
Wow.
so crazy. Eternal Light says this is so crazy.
Uh-oh, what's
But
crazy? Oh
because,
gosh. Well, we
yeah,
send you so much love. Like, I'm sorry that you're going through something right now.
yeah, they said that they are connecting to this.
Oh, okay.
They are connecting to
I
this.
felt it
So,
very strongly for
mhm,
both of the readings here. So, wow.
yes, it's a beautiful message. Sometimes a tough love message, but it's one that you need to hear, because sometimes
Yeah.
when we want to do good in this world, we agree to take on things that is just too much.
Yes,
Night
exactly.
night, Althea. We had
Yeah.
some friends leave.
Good night.
Debbie,
Oh,
when
Debbie was here.
yes, Witchy, I forget her channel name. That's like, it's always the opposite. I remember the channel name, but I don't remember their name. But in her case, I remember her name, but not the channel.
Oh, yeah. No, it's fine.
The
Um,
witchy blog or something like that. hmm Um,
okay.
and Janet Lee is here and trying to
Hey.
tease me in the middle of the reading. Tells me that she's making meatballs and spaghetti. What the heck?
Oh. I thought you were gonna say pizza. I thought you were gonna say pizza.
Mm. So yes, that is for you, my friend. Hopefully you're able to, that's a lot, right? So sit with
Yeah.
that. Also, like, when we do readings, when we're doing energy work, it's very draining energetically, obviously. And we find that we need to drink a lot of water. But I would say when you're on the receiving end, it's the same for you too. It's not uncommon when you're moving energy in this powerful way
Yeah.
that you get dehydrated, that the next day you might wake up tired or with a headache. It's important to hydrate. So make sure that you're getting your fluids in.
Yeah, exactly. And Eternal Light, when I picked up the deck, the Eight of Swords was on the bottom of the deck, and that's also a card of basically self-sabotage, like you're holding yourself back. So it
Mm,
kind of ties in again with what we're saying. Just make sure that you put yourself first, know your worth, and then everyone else comes second. I don't care if that means family, friends, it doesn't matter. You come
mhm.
first and then
Absolutely.
everything else, right? And
Yes.
your projects and your goals and your ambitions are, just as important, if not more important, right? So make sure that you're making time for that. So thank you for allowing us to read for you and thank you for your support. I really do appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. All right, that was beautiful.
Yes. Whew.
Very nice to meet you, Eternal Light, James. James. All right. So now, if there weren't any other donations, then we will move on to Renee. Renee, are you still here with us? Renee, please let us know. We're happy to read for you in the new situation in which you find yourself. Yes,
Okay.
we are sisters. Sisters. I love that.
Oh, yes. I love reading with Elizabeth. I really do. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a lot of people I really enjoy reading with in the community, but there's some, when you get together with certain people, it's just like, dang, the energy is like
Yes, I
flowing.
feel like this is the best play day ever.
I know, yeah. Trust me, I had this darn thing on the calendar for almost a month, and I was like, "Ooh, I can't wait! I can't wait! I can't wait!"
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
today's the day. It's today's the day. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Okay, so Renee is here.
Okay.
Renee is here. Thank you, everyone. Please remember to, is that the right way? No, this
No, the
way?
bell. Where's the bell? There it
Yes.
is.
Please remember to like and subscribe. Appreciate you. Both of us, please. Both. Me and
Yes.
Ange. Me and Ange. All right. Renee. Renee, in light of your situation, I know that you're probably dealing with some heavy emotions right now. So let's focus on what you could let go of so that you could start making some positive changes.
Yeah.
Although, you know what? Probably like that incident happening to you was probably the best thing that could happen to you.
From the sounds of the workplace toxicity, yeah, for sure. But then, like,
Mhm.
yes, good that that's released. But then, like, when it comes to like making money and surviving, it's like, now what do I do? But
Yes, because it
like,
gets stressful. But
right.
what can I say? In my muggle life, this is an area that I have a little bit of expertise on. And I find that it's when people take a little bit of time for themselves to work through what they're feeling and reset and refocus,
Right.
they come back and they're so much stronger and they have such a clear idea of what they want to do moving forward.
Right.
So if you're in a situation where you could take a little bit of time before you make any, decisions or changes, I would highly recommend that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you're going to get clear on what you want and what you don't want and what you're not going to put up with going forward, right? Like in the new workplace. That's a big thing
Hmm.
too. Like, again, it goes back to kind of what we're saying to James, know your worth, right? And
Yes.
so, okay, so release. So, what are you ready to let go of to grow? Okay. And let's see.
You need a queen. You need a queen. I'm going to give you a queen.
Oh, okay. Oh, what? Come on. This is great. Stop. Okay. First of all, I dropped one and I really need it, so I will be right back because it went way across the room, girl. Dang it. If I tried to bend over, I'd fall under the table.
Don't do that.
All you'd see is my feet sticking up. Help! Okay. Ah, right. And it was a good one, so I had to grab it because it goes with the reading. All right. Well, let me think for a minute. Okay. Yep, I got it. Renee. Okay. We're gonna work on release part first. So, um, let's start with this one. This is the Two of Hearts, also known as the Two of Cups in the tarot. When we think about releasing specifically right now, what you need to release in your situation, this is asking perhaps to release clinging to a specific idea when it comes to a proposal. I'm saying that because we're talking about like job stuff, right? So maybe just loosen the grip and release, sort of the clinging sort of idea of what it's supposed to look like, or it will look like, or it has to look like, kind of thing. Because then we move into the Six of Wands, right? And this is about the need to release attachment to releasing the attachment of what success has to look like or what success used to look like for you, something like that, right? Maybe releasing and let going of a version of success that you once believed, right? um, Maybe rethinking, what does achievement mean to you, what does success mean to you, sort of redefining that. And then we have the King of Hearts, which is the King of Cups. Okay. And this one is about that emotional balance, because I mean, there's no doubt that what you're going through now, I mean, it requires a lot of emotional balance, because it's a bit of a roller coaster, to say the least, that you've been through, right? So um instead of like trying to remain so composed emotionally, because the King of Cups very much is a mastery of that sort of emotion, instead of trying to remain so composed, let yourself feel the feels. And this is exactly what Elizabeth was speaking about earlier, right? It's like you do need that time to grieve, because I mean, losing a job, whether you walk away from one or you get fired from one, there's a certain grief that goes along with that. And so the King of Cups is in the release phase, is asking you to maybe revisit that and let go of releasing like the pressure to always, being emotionally composed or knowing what's coming next or something like that, right? So that is what I have for the tarot. And then the oracle that came with that is Moths and Creative Magic. So this is saying, once you release the sort of idea that you have to know what's coming next, that you have to be emotionally composed, that you are clinging to this idea of what the next thing has to look like. When you let that go, this creative magic will allow you to possibly even tap into something that you've never even tried before. Like, I believe I was reading with Althea the other night, and somebody was starting a new job in the prison system, and she was scared. She's like, I've never done this before. It's like, I've heard this so many times where someone's like, I never thought I would do this, but I love it. So that kind of energy is coming through with this card of like, maybe your next thing is something very creative that you're going to be trying for the very first time. And there's a couple things that came out, and this one made me laugh because it was so fitting. It says, humble enough to know I am replaceable and cocky enough to know it's a downgrade. Boom. So
Wow.
there you go. So, okay, fine, you're replaceable and clearly they're going to replace you, but honey, it ain't you. And that is their loss if they got rid of you. So, boom,
Mm,
there's that. And then I have the charm that it says surrender. And that very much to me goes with this sort of this card here of surrendering to allow that creativity to come through or ideas to come through of
mm,
different venues and letting go, like releasing that need to be so clingy to past ideas of what success and achievement look like to you. And then the last one I have, it says reach your potential. And this is for all those science geeks out there to know what that really means of this. Let me know in the chat. And if you're watching this on playback, what is this and what does it mean about potential? I'm not even going to tell you. But anyways, reaching your full potential. Um, Maybe being stuck in this job that you were in wasn't allowing you to reach your full potential. Now you're going to be able to be free and reach more creativity by releasing this. I'm really excited for you. I know that right now it might be a little scary in terms of maybe finances and not knowing what's coming. Change is always scary, especially when it comes to our survival of like how the hell am I going to pay my bills and eat food? I understand that. Trust me, I understand that. But like hold the vision and sort of like just release a little bit of that grip of like don't have to be so composed. Let it out, feel it, and I
mhm.
guarantee you that once you get that energy moving, other things will start to flow in. So now we'll see what's on the rise for you.
Beautiful. She says Goddard ladder effect.
Goddard ladder effect. What does that mean?
Oh, I thought that was the answer to the riddle. No?
Oh, I mean, maybe I don't know what that means, but maybe I'm gonna learn something new too.
Okay, we're gonna
Um,
look that up later. That's hilarious. All right. Now, card number two or reading number two, rise. Rise. What energy or mindset will empower my next chapter? And I feel like that is the key word, empower. Empower. Okay. So the first card that I have pulled for you is the Six of Coins.
mm,
And I hope that this means that you have been good, right? That you have been reserving. I see the way, like, obviously this card has a very specific meaning, but I see the way that she's gently placing that pearl into that dish. And I'm hoping that you have been stashing a little away in case of a rainy day. Okay. In any case, sixes are about harmony, they're about reciprocity. And Ange had a six that came out in her reading for you as well. So I do see that as a theme for you. And as a matter of fact, I wanted to, because this deck has affirmation statements for every single card. I want to read to you the affirmation for this Six of Coins. It says, I am worthy of receiving help and support when I need it. Okay. I'm going to say that one more time in case you didn't get it. Okay. I am worthy of receiving help and support when I need it because right now the chips, right? Like the chips are down. Right now is not a good time for you. And it's okay for you to seek help and seek support and seek comfort uh, until you get to a place where you have better footing. So try to find the harmony of that. not letting one side get, because sometimes we get in our head too much or we get into our feels too much. Try to find a way to bring all of that into balance. That's what I'm seeing here with this six of coins. The other card that I pulled for you is actually a major arcana card. This is not going to be a shock to you, the Hermit. This is saying it's time. Like, now is the time for you to take a step back and do some soul searching and some reflection. What you have been doing up until now, 17 years is a long time, okay? But now you have a do-over, right? You didn't ask for it, and you would have liked it if you were still getting that paycheck consistently every week, right? But you have a do-over now. So you have the opportunity to do things different this time around. But in order to figure that out, you have to think. Like, you have to sit and think, like, what could I do differently? How can I show up for myself and for other people? This is my chance to try it in a different way. I actually wrote this question down in a journal, I think today, just earlier today, I wrote down, like, if I could do anything and there was no limit, like, what would I choose? What would I
Mm,
do? Right? And these are hard questions that you're just like, but like, it's important to think about that stuff. And this energy is saying this is the time, right? Because when we're busy working 17 years, that's a hustle. You don't have time to be thinking about what I'm going to be when I grow up. No, you're already doing the thing. But right now, you have the opportunity, you have extra time on your hands. You can take care of you and take some time to do some soul searching.
mhm,
And I pulled an oracle card. I felt like you needed a queen today, and I am going to gift you this Queen of Feminine Power. Queen of Feminine Power. Now, this is card number 25. I'm sharing that just in case that means anything to you. 25, you could reduce that to 7, the energy of a 7. But I do want to share something that caught my eye in the book. Now, this book is awesome, the book that comes with the deck, and it goes into a lot of different things. I just want to focus on one part, which is the gifts. What gifts does this queen bring? So I'm going to put it here.
mhm,
Invite the queen of feminine power to guide you into accepting your feminine essence. Embrace your softness and resilience. And I feel like that is critical right there, because we are more resilient than we think, right? And there's a beauty in that we don't often see or recognize, but this queen is saying, you know what? Step into that. Step into that and own it. Trust in your intuition. I mean, you got the card of the Hermit here. It's asking you to do some reflections. And when you think of the thing, don't question it. Like, don't sit there, no, I can't be this because of this. No, like, think big and trust. Trust your intuition. You have the ability to create and nurture new beginnings. Pay attention to your ability to receive. Didn't we just get this six of coins right here? Like, this couldn't have been a better, it just couldn't have been a better card for you. Take action through inspiration instead of feeling like I have to do this. Embrace the qualities, embracing the qualities, it's not just a choice, it's a transformative journey, and that can inspire you and empower you. And I
mhm.
love that for you. I love that for you. I know that that's a lot, but hopefully you can come back, to the replay and sit with it. I don't know if you're a journaler. I journal. So I'm always encouraging, oh, get your notebook out and get your pen and da da.
Yes, yes.
But if that's not your thing, it's okay. There's other ways to process these things. But, you know, come back, sit with it, and give yourself space. Give yourself space to do what you need to do. And I wish you
Mhm.
all the best. Big, big hugs.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Oh, and thanks for the feedback again, Renee, from the other reading too, right? And to let us know, and then we can continue to further support you, like such as this reading here. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful, beautiful. All right. Lovely Renee. Thank you for letting us read for you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for liking and subscribing and being here with us. This, actually, like, I don't want to make a joke out of this, but like, this is so important for us smaller channels,
Yeah.
right? Because the algorithm just wants to go its own, talk about, oh, like, I get in my own way. Well, so does the algorithm. So sometimes we have to help the
Mm-hmm.
algorithm out. Thank you. All right, Renee. I think next on the chat is Ashu. Ashu, are you still here? Please let us know. We're happy to read for you. And after Ashu, we have Carolina. So Ashu, if you're here, yes, beautiful. Okay.
Yay.
All right, Ashu. So Ashu, are we doing the release and the rise reading? Okay, exam on May 4th.
Mm,
Have an exam. Okay, so a couple of things that we could do, Ashu. We could read on, let's say, what you need to do to put yourself in the right mindset to do well on that exam,
mm-hmm. To
right?
score 630 plus, yeah, because we
Mm-hmm.
don't do predictive readings. Um, and let me explain why. So tarot readings are like the weather forecast. We can tell you right now, we could predict right now what could happen, but so much can change between now and when you write the exam, right? Just like we can say now, oh yeah, tomorrow is going to be a beautiful sunny day, and then overnight, a weather pattern can come in and it's going to rain. It's like, hey, you told me that it was going to be a nice sunny day, right? It's very much the same uh, concept. So it's best if there are more open-ended questions instead of
Mm-hmm.
closed-ended questions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we could,
Otherwise, I could take my coin and be like, yeah, let's see what it says. Oh
right.
no, too bad. Well, try again tomorrow.
Yeah,
No. We
yeah,
don't read that
exactly.
way, right? We don't read
Right,
that way.
right.
We want
Yeah,
to give you the tools that you need to
yeah.
put yourself in the right place to be able to accomplish, because we as humans, we can do whatever we set our minds to. But
Hmm.
sometimes we have little things that get in the way, right? Little stumbling blocks. We just need to move them so that we can do what we need. So that's what we want to do for you today.
Right. And if you're okay with it, Ashu, we could use the release and the rise, because what do you need to release to sort of get out of your own way
Mm,
about this exam, and then what do you need in terms of the rise to stand in, to what mindset do you need to get into, quite frankly, to rise above, to score what you need to score on the exam.
yeah, I was thinking the
So
same thing, but I'll let Ashu make the call.
yeah, yeah, let us know. We don't have to follow that format, but I mean, we're happy to read just the energy around it, so let us know. Okay, I'm gonna clear this energy of the okay.
Mm, okay. Ashu says, let's do it.
Let's do it. Oh, Renee, the next full moon is May
What day is that?
12th
I have to
or
look. I have to look at my wee moon calendar.
May, oh gosh, when is it? I have it on my other calendar in the other room, but full moon, let's see. Yeah, Monday, May 12th. That is the Mother's Day. Well, Mother's Day is on the 11th, so the day after Mother's Day is the full moon
Oh, on a Monday.
on a Monday. The
Monday.
flower moon. Ooh.
That's exciting.
Ooh, and this full moon's going to be a micro moon, meaning it will appear slightly smaller than usual. I mean, usually when they say that, like with the naked eye, we can't tell anyway.
Yeah. The last one was micro too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. What
Okay.
are we doing here? What are we releasing? And what needs to come forward?
Okay, here we go. Hmm. A shoe. What does a shoe need to release? Let's see.
It's a clear message.
Hmm. Mm. Oh, Eight of Swords. Are you in your own way? Yes, I understand what that means because in nursing school, I felt the same way when it came to exams. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like, girl, you did the thing. Now let it go. Okay, release. Hmm. The Knight of Cups. And okay, a shoe. All right. So how I approach this is how, like, what are you ready to let go of to get out of your own way so that you can not only ace this exam, but you know, um, do really well, like going forward with what you're stepping into, right? For your studies and your career. Okay, so we start off with the death card, but just hear me out for a minute because I know it's kind of weird, like what death, but when we're talking about specifically releasing and death, this is letting go of the fear of failure, right? This is letting go of maybe uh, maybe you had other academic setbacks or academic failures in the past, and maybe that's sort of like, oh, it's kind of like bringing that fear of failure up again for you, right? This death card can also talk about releasing procrastination and avoidance. Like, are you procrastinating studying for this exam? And you know, this also talks about putting an end to perhaps you thinking you're not enough or you can't do it or you're not smart enough or what this thing that we kind of go through, right? And you're not alone in this. We're human beings. We've all had that sort of thought come to our mind in terms of like, can I really do this thing, you know? And then which is very fitting to kind of go into this Eight of Swords energy, because Eight of Swords is exactly that energy of like holding yourself back. Like it's self sabotage, quite literally, this is limiting beliefs. This is like that fear-based paralysis that we sort of get ourselves into, right? And again, it's saying those things like, I'm not smart enough, this is too much, I can't do this, or whatever, it's basically up in your mind, right? And
Mhm.
really, if you think about it, this is all when we set ourselves up to write an exam, to do the thing, to go to the job interview, whatever, it is completely mental that we have to prepare ourselves. So it's the right mindset to get yourself into. And in just a moment, Elizabeth will talk about the mindset to get yourself into, but we want to finish off here with the my eyes, come on, knight, the Knight of Hearts, which is the Knight of Cups in this deck. And this is talking about um don't be distracted by your emotions, right? You're going to have these emotional ups and downs when it comes to your studies, even when it comes into your career when you eventually get into it, but don't let that consume you, um this is basically, how do we say this? Don't wait around until like you're inspired to study, because that's never going to happen. Let me tell you, I can tell you firsthand. So we kind of have to be like proactive in that and put our emotions to the side, right? um because distractions in our lives, right, that is always driven by emotion rather than priority, right? We have to make studying a priority. It's not something fun. Nobody really likes to fucking do it. I'm just going to say, but we have to make the time to do it, right? And then we have this oracle card that says fountain, check in with yourself. And remember, the fountain, I mean, talking about water, it's all about emotions, right? So check in with yourself emotionally. Like, where are you at emotionally, and get yourself right in that mindset in terms of that, so that you can focus on your studies, right? And then we have this little charm that came out that says patience loading, please wait. So that's kind of cool. Right? Because it is very nerve-wracking. Not only, like, the patience and, like, "Okay, like, am I ready for this? Did I study enough?" That whole thing. But then after you write the exam, the worst thing is, like, "Okay, I want my score. Like, what did I score?" So that it's asking you to, like, just know that you got this, prepare for it in a way that you know how, and be patient with the results. And then the last one we have is this little dish soap, this little washing up liquid soap, and
That
this is all
Ajax.
and this is all about basically clearing out all the distraction, the noise, right? Like, wash all that up and out of your mind, and really stand in your power and your confidence, and to know that you got this, right? But in order to get there, you have to put yourself in the right mindset to really know that you have given it your all, and then Elizabeth will steer you in the right direction there.
Yes. That was so good. And okay, Asha. Here's the Ashu,
Must.
sorry. Here's the energy that I am getting for you is you need to rise above this feeling like you're not good enough, questioning and doubting yourself, almost like this sense, like you could see in this card, the figure is missing a few articles of clothing, okay? Feeling maybe a little bit vulnerable, like, wow, I am showing up in my true form, and I don't think people are gonna like what they see. I don't think people think that I'm smart enough. I don't think people, no, you have to let all of that go, because this mindset is what is going to be holding you back. So, what I'm saying here is you have to rise above this. You're better than this, right? Let that stuff go so that you can think more clearly. Because the truth is, here's the card that I pulled for you, foresee. We cannot foresee,
Mhm.
none of us can, right? What's going to happen. But I can tell you that if your mind is heavy like this, then it's going to weigh you down when you take your exam. It's going to make it more difficult to think clearly and to remember the things that you studied in order to produce when it comes time to the test. Now, I don't know if you're the type of person that, gets a little bit of anxiety before testing, because I know that that happens and that could be a thing.
Mhm.
So, what you want to do is you want to embrace this energy here. This is the King of Coins. This is literally the final card in the deck of tarot. And this is fulfillment in such a beautiful way if you could learn to not hold yourself back. Notice both of these cards are coins, right? This is the element of earth. This is all the things that we worry about in our day-to-day lives. Will I do well on the exam? What if I don't do well and then I can't get the career that I'm after? What if I have to go back to take the exam? What if? You could be there forever. What we're saying here is what you need to do is embrace more confidence, right? In what you are doing. You have done all of the things. You studied, you went through schooling. You didn't just get here today and you're like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready, take the test. I don't know anything about it. No, you know what you need to do. You have all that information. All you have to do is relax and put yourself in a place where you can tap in on all of that insight and then put it towards your exam. Okay. And don't be afraid to ask, for some spiritual guidance and assistance, before you go to bed at night. I don't know if you work with, maybe you work with angel energy, or if there's a deity that you work with, or if you
Mm.
are in a position to receive all of these things, but you have to ask, right? Like sometimes we forget that we have to ask. Like, this is what I need to be successful. Please help me. So don't shy away from having conversations with your spirit team, because they are here for you. But I'm definitely seeing that you do have to rise above this feeling of I don't have anywhere else to turn to, and I don't have what it takes, and I don't, I'm not going to cut it. No, that's not true. You do have what it takes. The King of Coins has shown up here himself to let you know. So that is what I have for you, my friend. Thank you for letting us read for you. I wish you all of the best on your exam. When is it? When was the exam?
Oh yeah, when is the exam? I don't know.
May. It was May something. Ashu, I'm looking.
Hmm.
Ashu.
You got this, Ashu. You got this. I believe
Hmm.
in you.
May 4th.
May the fourth be with you.
May the 4th be with you. That's exactly what I was thinking.
What?
Because I was like, I think it's the 4th. But I didn't want to say it if it was, Cinco de Mayo. But
Right.
but it's the 4th. So
Wow.
may the 4th be with you. You call that force in.
That's right. You got the force with you on the fourth. You got
Yeah.
this. Okay.
Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you. All right. We have some new friends in the chat. I'm so excited. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I saw Victor stepped in. Thank you so much. It's exciting to see uh, Victor in the chat. And also, Heaven stopped in. So thank you for being
Mm.
here. Deepika, I may be pronouncing that incorrectly, but I'm sorry. I have all of the best intentions. So thank you very much for being here. And did I miss anybody? If I did, I'm so sorry. The chat is moving pretty quickly. All right, so we just read for Ashu. So we are up. We have a list. So first of all, thank you everybody for being here. We have been reading for quite a bit of time, and it was a long list today. So we did have someone that gave a donation. They jumped to the top of the line. That's usually what we do. But we do have a long list. I cannot say with certainty that we will be able to get to all of the people on the list because we've already been reading for quite a bit of time. 90, if you're an angel number person, then 99 minutes we've been online.
Right, right.
99 minutes.
Mhm.
So right now, and first of all, let me ask you, how you doing?
I'm actually really good. I'm
How
good.
you doing? Hold on.
How
I gotta
you
get my
doing?
I gotta get my prop. How you
How
doing?
you doing? Hey, I gotta find my charm. Maybe I can find my cigarette charm in here. Look, it's right on top. It was meant to be. How you doing? Mine's
Yes.
short. I smoked a lot of it. What the heck? Oh my
Oh
gosh,
my
that's so
god.
funny.
Hey Maria, look, I love it's called
Hey.
Stallion. Stallion
Oh,
Grande. So
dang.
fun.
I
So
love
fun.
that. They used to make those Popeye the Sailor Man cigarettes too when
Mm-hmm.
we were kids. What were they? What,
Yes,
I mean, look
they're
what they were
so
doing for us when
fun.
we were kids. What the heck? Um,
All right, Carolina Aquarius, are you here? Are you here with us? Let me know. If not, if Carolina's not here, then Gypsy JJ, I know you are.
how many do we have on the list? Because I did see the Heaven Lee would like a reading, but I wasn't sure how many we had or
We at this point, oh, there is Carolina. Okay. Carolina, and then Gypsy JJ, Helga, Heaven, Judith.
okay,
So it's quite a bit. One, two, three, four, five. So I
five
don't know
more.
that we'll get to everybody, but we'll do what
Okay.
we can. We
Yep.
will do what we can. So Carolina is next. Carolina is here. Carolina, we're doing the theme for you, the release and the rise.
Yeah, is that okay? Carolina.
I'm Latin. I say it with an accent. Carolina.
Yeah, no, I like
Carolina.
that. Actually, you and Selena say it so beautifully. And then I thought I was saying it wrong, so I went to her channel. I was like, she's saying Carolina. I'm like, oh, but that's how you say it in like that's how you say it in Spanish. I was like, oh, that's pretty. So, um,
Like Judith, your American cigarettes are way too strong for this Canadian.
yes, yes, that's true. I wasn't a casual smoker when I lived in the States, and I smoked Newports. So those are the menthol.
Newport.
Those are the menthols.
Whoa.
Those were, that's what I smoked. And then I moved here, and then I was like, well, what's equivalent? And here they have export A's, which are yuck. Blah. And so to move from American to Canadian cigarettes, I hated it. Just like moving from my Wisconsin cheese to Canadian cheese, I'm like, ew, no.
Not the
But now that
same.
I've lived here, I'm like, I don't smoke anymore. I didn't even really smoke when I got here. Just occasional, especially if you're having a beer, then you're like, oh, cigarette beer.
Yes.
But I do miss the Wisconsin cheese, so I will say.
I'm gonna be. Somebody said in the chat, like Joey, how you doing? And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna take the pack of cigarettes and fold it up in my shirt, like the way Fonz
Yes.
used to.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Cheese
Okay, so
curds. Yes, the cheese curds. Okay, Carolina. Here we go.
okay.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right. Okay, Carolina. What? Okay.
Clove cigarettes. That sounds delicious right about now.
Ooh. It does actually. Okay, there's that. Oh.
All right. I feel
Hmm.
like the quiet rebel needs to come out.
Ooh, I love it. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Victor. Holy crow, gotta go.
I
Bye.
think he has a 9:45 meditation.
Oh, shoot. Yikes. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. Well, Carolina, what do you need to release? I mean, overall, the energy that I'm getting is like the need to release a fear of change and stagnation and procrastination and picking a clear direction. I mean, the clear direction came right from an oracle, but let me get into more specifics for you here. So we have the Four of Hearts, which is the Four of Cups. Okay. And uh, this is. mm, Oh, this is emotional stagnation. Okay, this is like that disengagement. This is like you're checked out and you're kind of like, I don't know, like maybe you're not really sure what path to take or what you should do next, or you're just kind of feeling a little like, nah, bored, maybe even disappointed, right? Things like that. Um, this also can talk about like withdrawal. And sometimes we can do that. We can withdraw instead of like engaging with life and trying the things and making the plans and blah, blah, blah. We can just be like, "Zip, I'm not doing anything. I'm not gonna, and it's sort of that disengagement, right? Okay, and then we move into the Knight of Swords. This this image is a little graphic, but whatever. He's off with his head. Dang it. Okay, so Knight Knight of Swords. This is about impulsive reactions, okay? Um this is that really sort of intense mental energy. The Knight of Swords is really intense when it comes to that. I mean, obviously like chopping someone's head off like okay. But you know and really if you think about how this even this image is presenting, it can be like sometimes we can feel like that with the Four of Cups, right? We're just kind of like our head's not really attached, it's just sort of floating around. We're sort of like man, whatever, we're sort of disengaged, right? Or detached, quite frankly, in this picture. Detached. um but yeah, you don't have to have all the answers ahead of time, or you don't have to have everything figured out in order to just simply begin. This is talking about like holding yourself back, quite frankly, from moving forward. And then here we have the Fool card. And this is all about, like I was saying, kind of like with the Knight of Swords, but even more specifically with the Fool. This is about the fear of the unknown, right? The fear of starting over, taking risks, the fear of perfectionism, that's why we don't start the things. Again, you don't have to have it all figured out. Same, that's what I was saying with the Four of Cups as well. So then the Oracle card we have is choose a clear direction. And sometimes we're so sort of lost up in our the maze in our mind, just like the picture here, right? That we become stuck because we're like everything has to be perfect. I have to have it figured out. It's like, but you really don't, to just begin. And we have the number five, which is all about change. Five is all about change. And so really this whole reading is asking you to just release um, overthinking, impulsive thinking, emotional detachment, that self-sabotage kind of thing. I'm surprised the Eight of Swords didn't come up because that's kind of the feeling that I got from this reading. And then this here says, life is tough, but so are you. So just remember
Oh.
that life is tough, but so are you. And then this is really fitting and it goes with the reading. It says, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. And there's this dog on the computer, like, I have no idea. That's okay. Again, it said it twice with the Fool card and, with the Four of Cups. You don't have to have it all figured out. You can just like
Mhm.
begin, right? And I mean, it's hard though sometimes when we're so disengaged and we're disconnected and we're like, nah, you know what I mean? You don't maybe have the energy, but that's okay. Just pick a direction and go, you know. So yeah, that's what I have.
I love that. Love, love, love that. So, what I want to say is, Carolina, like, are you going through something right now? I just get like the sense that maybe you might be going through something. And I'm just, I'll read what has come up and then, you can kind of tell me. So I'm pulling cards for rise. What do we need to rise above, right? What energy or mindset is going to empower your next chapter? The first card that has come out was the Ten of Wands. And I want you to pay particular attention to the imagery in this card because, in essence, she's shedding something that is in turn going to make her lighter and able to do what she needs to do. So there's like this energy of something is finalizing for you so that you can start anew. But in order to do that, you kind of have to, let something go. So we have here the 10 of wands, and then with the 10 of wands I pulled this one here, necessary storm.
Hmm.
So whatever it is that you're going through is necessary for you at this time because it is going to bring in much needed transformation. uh rain is it's cleansing, right? It washes away all of the things that don't need to be here. And I just feel like it's a perfect pair for this card here, the release and the letting go. Let it wash away because this is going to open up an opportunity for you to do something better. There's something really beautiful coming for you, if you could uh do that. And
Bobby's making me laugh.
Bobby.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. I'm like, Bobby.
So we also have the beautiful, beautiful 10 of coins. I mean, so not only did you get the 10 of wands, you get the 10 of coins, right? But you have a flip here. It's like there's a switch that needs to happen in order for you to step into that energy. 10 of coins. What is going to come out of that? Here's the card. It feels like perhaps it's time for you to take a little bit of time for you,
Mm,
a little bit of time for you to do what you need and to have your reflections. And I love that she's out in nature. If you look at this, it says the secret garden, solitude. I'm just curious, do you have a special place that you like to go to that nobody else knows anything about? and you go there and it's like a sanctuary for you, your special place that you could, process what you need to process in a healthy way in order for you to be able to do what you need. If you don't have this, you need to find it. You know why? Because I pulled the cat charm out for you. So this, cats are interesting. They're very they're creative. They think quickly. They're quick on their feet, and they know how to get in and out of whatever it is that they need in order to make their get their final say in the matter. So, this is the energy that I am pulling for you. It feels like something big is coming to an end. It's going to be big, it's going to be emotional, but it's also going to be cleansing and healing for you in order for you to step into these bigger things. And it seems like Spirit is really asking for you to take some time for you in a special place that only you know about. So, hopefully, that has been helpful for you, Carolina. Carolina, Carolina.
Yes. That was good. Mm.
Beautiful, beautiful for my dear Carolina. Hopefully
Bill's
that
back.
helps.
Bill. Hey.
Actually, and I forgot that I opened the book. Carolina, hopefully you're still here. I wanted to read for you what the affirmation on the 10 of coins is. I embrace the joy and the fulfillment that comes from a life of abundance. Life of abundance. That's telling me you need to claim what's coming to you, own it, and it's going to happen for you. Whatever it is that you're working towards, it's going to happen for you. You got to own it. Beautiful people. All right. Thank you so much for letting us read for you today. Bobby, welcome to the chat, friend of Dashers and more. Happy to see you
That's
here.
Colleen.
Colleen.
Yes.
Oh, Colleen. I'm gonna write that down. I
Mm-hmm.
love that.
Yes.
Friend of Dashers and more.
Mm-hmm.
Colleen, hello and welcome. Maria, thank you for being here. I like watching you guys. She says, sometimes I get advice from you. That happens. Sometimes you're listening in
Yeah.
on a reading and it makes like it's meant for somebody else, but you're like, oh, that makes sense for me too. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that little nugget. And you know what I'm saying? I'm inviting you to take whatever you feel like if you listen to a reading, even if it's not for you, and you feel like, oh, that's important. I need to remember that. It's okay to do that. It is okay to do that. Viviana Moore, hello, welcome. Thank you
Oh,
for being here.
hey.
Bill, welcome back. Welcome back. Awesome. Okay. How you doing? You feel good?
Yeah, I really do. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Bill, can
Um,
you show off your tower? Bill,
oh,
Bill.
again. This is the third time. Next time
Okay.
you gotta donate.
Yeah. There's my tower here without the glare.
It's so
There's my tower.
beautiful.
Okay, people, I drew this by hand and then I colored it with a watercolor pencil, and then I went in with water and I blended everything together and I got this piece of fine, exquisite art.
Yeah.
And this was a collaboration with my friend Bill. 999 show. We did this together. He had his tower, I had mine. And I keep
Mhm.
it right here next to my space.
I love it. I love it. I just want to point out one thing. So Colleen mentioned someday I'd love a reading, and thank you so much for your interest. Tonight we are getting through the list that we have, but I will say please make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels because we go live, and Elizabeth goes live definitely once a week. So you'll for sure she'll catch you on one of the rounds, right? So like and subscribe. Um, and one of us will definitely catch you on one of the next rounds that we have. Okay, Colleen.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
For sure.
So
Thank you
very
for being here. Thank you
yeah.
for being here. Friends of, I'm going to write that down. Hold on. I got my book. I got my book. Friend of Dashers. Okay, Gypsy JJ. Inner knowing.
Inner knowing, are you still here?
Inner knowing.
She was just talking about clove cigarettes, so I'm sure she's still here.
Oh, Gypsy JJ. Okay. She says, pass me and read for somebody else. I'll
Oh,
get you next time,
are
Gypsy
you sure?
JJ.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get you.
All right.
All right. So then that means Helga. Helga, are you still here, Helga? Let me
Helga.
know if you are still here in the chat.
Helga. I don't think so. It's not coming up. Helga, are you still here?
Wow, we're moving quickly then. It's hard because you put your name on the list and then you have to wait so long, like
I
to wait for
know.
your turn.
Yeah,
But
it's true.
there is medicine. Like sometimes it's not for you, but you listen to something, you're like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it's worth it to stay if you can, but I get it. We're busy. Bobby, I'll be Helga. Okay, Bobby. Heaven, Heaven, are you here?
Heavenly. Heavenly. Oh, Helga is here.
Oh, Helga's here. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
great. All right, Helga. Helga, have you been enjoying yourself today? I hope so. I hope so. All right. So,
Mhm.
Helga, I don't know if you've been like on in and out or on and off, but we're doing kind of like a theme here, right? So, Ange is reading on what you potentially need to release in order to grow, and then I am reading on what energy or mindset is going to empower your next chapter. So, does that sound good for you? Yes.
Helga. And it looks like Heavenly is here as well. And
Okay.
so, was there anyone after um
After that was Judith.
Judith? Okay. Okay.
But I understand because I know it's already 10. We've been on for a couple of hours. So if, we don't have to, we can do until you feel like, okay, I have to stop now.
Yeah, I'm definitely good right now. So I'll keep
Okay.
we'll keep sometimes you
You
don't know
know,
until you get into the reading, you're like, ooh, this one's hard, this one's tough.
if that happens, Ange, if
Okay.
you need to take a break, okay, you just get your little trinket out and you give me the
Yeah.
sign.
Yes.
You give me the sign and
Will
then
I
I'll
keep it? I'll
know.
keep it right on top. Okay.
Keep it there in case, and then if you need a break, then we'll stop right there.
I'll just hold it up. Hey.
Ah, these cigarettes are the best thing ever.
Uh-oh. Bobby says BJ was my nickname in the 90s, but not for what you think.
And today, the role of John Savage will be played by Bobby.
Yeah. Okay. Mm. Helga, Helga, here we go. Okay. All right. So, Helga. Mhm. All right. What does Helga need to release? Mhm.
amazing.
Wow, we are attractive. Ooh, here we go.
Miss Carol D said that once, that she has a really large television, and then she followed it up with, I can see every pimple, I can see every blemish, and I
Oh
was just
no,
like, oh no.
shoot. Uh, okay. That one. Okay. Okay. So Helga. Oh, Desiree's here.
Desi!
Hey.
Hi!
Hey, hey, hey. Now that's another powerhouse. Desiree and Elizabeth, when they're on, oh, I don't, if I miss one of their lives, I am like going back like with a fine tooth and comb watching
We
their
have so
lives
much
because
fun.
I like when they're live together. Okay. Helga. So, Helga, I'm focusing on the release, right? So, the question is, what am I ready to let go of to grow? Okay. So, we start with the King of Wands. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. King of Wands is the need to let go of control, right? Because the King of Wands normally is all, about composure and control. But maybe perhaps right now you're clinging a little bit too tightly to, I don't know, a specific outcome or situation. You how do I say this? Maybe you're also the type of person who sort of normally does all the collaboration and the planning and things, and maybe it's like time to like let go of release that a little bit too, so that other people can step in to help you, so you don't have to do all the things, right? But the need to control it, a little bit of that go. Now we move into the Eight of Pentacles. This one comes up again. It came up earlier, actually, I think maybe in a couple readings tonight. And this is the need to let go of perfectionism and overworking yourself. Are you doing too much? Kind of like I just said here with the King of Wands, right? Are you always the one that's expected to do all the stuff, right? Maybe it's time to sort of release some of that work, delegate some tasks to some other people to help you, because you don't want to burn out, right? Your worth is not defined by your productivity, quite frankly, right? Um, Also, the Eight of Coins can talk about that pressure we put on ourselves to, perform in a certain way, right? Like, I got to get this done by this time, and I got to do all the. It can be a lot. It can be a lot to put on ourselves. And then we end with the Page of Wands. Okay, and this is Page of Wands, because page energy is a little bit scattered, right? They don't quite have it all together yet because they're still learning, right? So it's like the need to let go of that scattered energy, that restlessness maybe that you may be feeling. Um, Sometimes a page can lack direction, right? Um, Also, the pages get easily sort of like, ooh, something new, and they're like, hey, that's spark, and they go chasing it. It's like, but sometimes, you know what I mean? Sometimes we don't have to chase every darn spark that we sort of come across or think, right? So it's like, again, that's that scattered energy, that restlessness energy.
Squirrel!
And right, exactly. And then we have this oracle card that says, lay your fears to rest. So again, the fear of or just releasing fear in general, in terms of uh maybe you always had to be in control in terms of helping with all the things, right? So there could be a fear around letting go of that, right? But Yeah, so letting go of the control of the over efforts of the Eight of Pentacles, the impulsiveness of the Page of Wands, right? There can be a fear around all of that. And then this kind of ties it all in nicely. Reminder, don't exhaust yourself, right? Like, are you doing too much? Right? That could be a thing. And then we have this here that says, don't let the hard days win, right? So maybe you are just going through something really tough right now, and just the need to release the heaviness of that, um, and to find more balance in what's going on. And then I end this with the dice, and it's six, and six is all about harmony and healing, right? So maybe some
Mhm.
healing is in order right now.
Hey,
Yes.
Rachel. Hello.
Hey, Rachel, it's really good to see you. Everybody
Yes.
check out Rachel's channel.
Yes, please.
She's got a new, I'm gonna post it right now. But she's got a new channel. But Helga, so you just mentioned you have ADHD. That makes perfect sense with that Page of wands scattered energy, but that's okay. Like, it's just asking you to maybe let go of the fear of, again, having to have everything all in order and doing all the things all at once and everything else, right? It's like, pull back a little bit on that, and don't exhaust yourself because of that, because sometimes it can be really exhausting when we're all up in our head. So that healing is that aspect. So now we will pass it over to Elizabeth for your the rise part of it.
I feel like parts of yours are bleeding into mine. Like some of that heavy energy, and I take that as a confirmation that this is something that you have to, even though it could be difficult, rise above. So it's ironic because I think, and you got this card. I got the King of Wands
Yeah.
and you got the king as well. And I feel like this is a very much an energy that you will likely need in order to empower yourself on your next steps. But if you notice, this particular king is lazy. Like he's just sitting there like a lump, and it's like you have everything that you need. All of the power is right there at your fingertips, but you are possibly disinterested or not motivated, or maybe putting off something that you know you have to do, but it's a hard ask or a heavy lift, and you rather wait and just deal with it later. So, in order for you to come into a position of empowerment, you're gonna have to kind of flip this energy. And I'm also getting this card for you here. Remember, it's almost like it's reminding you of, don't forget the things that you want to do for yourself, and then do them, right? This is fire energy here, and this is a card of action. The king is like the ultimate. So remember the things that you have set for yourself, those goals, don't forget them. Like don't let it drift off into the, like a dream that you're like, oh yeah, that would have been nice, oh, and then you move on and you forgot that that's what you wanted to do. No, remember. And then the second card that I pulled for you, wow, it's powerful. Okay, so I'm just going to say that up front. It's the devil card. The devil card has come out for you. And in this instance, I'm wondering if there's maybe a situation with the ego mind that is potentially getting in the way of you doing the things that you want to do, because this is what you need to be doing. You need to be in this position here of manifest, but you're lingering behind on something else that isn't really bringing you joy. It's not bringing you satisfaction. It's not bringing you anything that is positively impacting your situation. It's actually taking you away. And then I pulled a charm out just looking for a little bit of clarity, and I got linked hearts. And so I wonder if this might have to do with emotions with another person. Sometimes we build attachments to people, that are not conducive to our best self. And so there might be something there that you need to take a closer look at in order for you to kind of, is there something that you need to disconnect from? Is your heart in something that maybe needs to be let go in order for you to step into this power here, manifest?
Mhm.
These are big, big questions here, and it would have been awesome if we could go into something a little bit deeper for you because I feel like there's more than meets the eye here.
Yes.
But just, keeping in mind the platform that we're on, I'm gonna pause it right there, and I encourage you, to reach out if you have additional questions.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm, okay. So diagnoses and not a very good one. Fibromyalgia.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And I see that because that could make even the basic movements that we take for granted every day, that could be very painful or excruciating. It can make it so that you
Mhm.
don't want to do anything. You just want to sit where you are. Um So yeah, there's there's definitely something going on for you here. I wish you all of the best.
Mhm.
Hopefully you're in good care. You're getting the help and the support that you need in order
Mhm.
to help overcome, because some of these things, these are things that we deal with um, for ongoing amount of time, but we can learn different things that we can do to kind of help ease our steps as we move forward,
Mhm.
right? So hopefully, you're able to find, that support that you need, Olga. Sending you lots of love.
Yes.
Thank you for letting us read for you. Mm,
Yeah. Aw.
heavy, heavy, heavy.
I know. I felt like there was more to that reading, but like you said, we can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clearing here. We'll send some clearing energy to help you.
Mhm.
Yeah. Go to the gym like you used to. This makes all the sense in the world because it makes you stop doing the things that you used to be able to do for yourself and that you enjoyed, and then it makes you, kind of sedentary, and then that is very much this devil energy for sure.
Mhm.
For sure. Hang in there. Hang in there, Helga.
Mhm.
Ravneet, hello and
That neat.
welcome. It's very
Hey,
nice to see you today. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Helga. All right, how are you feeling, Ange?
I'm good. Yep.
You're good? You
I'm
sure?
good. I'm
Okay.
sure.
I didn't see the
Yeah.
cigarette, so
No, not yet.
all right. So Heaven, are you still here with us? Heaven, let us know if you're here in the chat. Uh, and while we check on Heaven, I'm gonna get my cards shuffled. Many are with you. Yes, that's the beautiful
Mm,
part of taking time to build a community, is that when you go and even when you hear those hard hitting messages, you still are in a place where you are being lifted and supported. And that's what I love about this space.
Heaven Lee, are you still here? And if so, let us know and let us know if you're interested in the two card spread that we have designed. If not, then you can ask a separate question. But and if Heaven Lee is not here, then I think it's Judith.
Yes, after Heavenly was Judith. Judith, Judith. Da-da-da. Okay, so I sent her a message and did it go
Okay.
through? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So Judith, we can, while we're waiting, we can move on to Judith because it's possible that Heaven um, stepped away or
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm
yeah.
sure. And thank you all so much for your patience and understanding. Like, I mean, we don't like to rush our readings. We like to give you all the details that we possibly can. So thanks for sticking it out and being here. And Judith, are you okay with the two card spread we're doing tonight? With the release and the rise, let us know and we'll read for you.
Bobby.
Heavenly, heavenly.
Ay, ay, ay.
uh,
Beautiful. All right, Judith. Fibromyalgia. I worked with someone that had it, and it affects different people in different ways. Judith says no, thank you, Ange.
oh, you don't want a reading, Judith? You're good. That's okay if you don't. That's okay. Or do you mean like you had another question? Or let me know. Did you want a reading? Do you?
Sometimes I feel like, let me get my crystal ball. Like, what are they saying? I get my divination coin. Does she want a reading? Let's see. I don't even know how to use it. Hold on. That was a fail. No.
Oh, maybe she doesn't. Okay. Judith.
I thought I was gonna spin it and that it was gonna be perfect. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I see. So she doesn't want the two cards. She needs life guidance for finance and employment.
Oh,
All right. Get your employment deck out. Let me get my
okay.
employment deck out.
Okay. It's okay,
Switching
Judith. We just wanted
gears.
to make sure we're reading on what you want us to. It's
Yeah.
okay. So, okay, let's read about that then. Money and job. Okay, cool. Are you still looking, Judith, for a job? Or did you start one and you're looking for a new one? Or okay. This will be our last reading, I believe, on our list, everybody. So
Yes, I have just enough energy to wrap this one up. I was
yeah,
hoping that I could get to Colleen, but I don't think I'll be able to. Like,
I just felt it right now. Just right now, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, okay, I feel that. So
I was
this is
I
good.
was just thinking, where's my cigarette?
Yeah.
I want one of those clove cigarettes. Who said that? I'm gonna get you for saying that. Like, I'm gonna tuck it behind my ear like they do in the movies.
Hey. Okay. So Judith is still actively looking for a job right now. So let's get into it. Let's see here. Judith. Okay, so
Thank you, friends. Thank you so much. We love you. Judith. Sucking the reading life out of you.
oh no, we're good. We are good.
Nothing that a Big Mac won't take care of.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna find a clove cigarette. That's what I'm gonna do after this live. Oh, you're not spamming, Helga. That's what we're here for.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah.
Yeah. Maria, see, Maria was craving a cigarette the other day. See,
Oh,
that happens.
It only
Bye,
happens to me if I
Revneet.
am drinking.
Yeah. Hi, Mo.
Hi. I think that's
Welcome.
Michelle. Wait, Michelle, right? I think, or is it just Mo? I think it's Michelle.
Like, do you know everybody's name, Ange? Like, I feel like such a slacker. Okay, hold on. Oh, I know Mosaic. I thought that was the coolest name ever. Mosaic.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I've seen Mosaic on other channels like Hershey and that. Yeah, so Michelle, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Judith, Helga wants to know what herbal medicine you took for fibromyalgia. Is that what you're asking, Helga? I hope that's what you're asking.
To who? To Judith?
Yeah, I think that's what they were talking about. So Helga wanted to know. Okay. So Judith.
My mom has fibromyalgia, but she also has lupus. And she's
Oh,
also a cancer survivor. So she's
oh,
dealing with a lot. I sometimes flabbergasted at what she's able to accomplish. We're going to see her very soon. And all she could think about is, what can I cook for you? What can I make for you? And I'm just like, just
oh,
rest yourself. Oh my God.
wow, that's a lot. Okay, that.
Hmm. Oh, thank you, Mosaic. Thank you. Thank you so much. We gotta fight out here to get to get our voice heard in this YouTube community because the algorithm doesn't play nice. So we got to get all kinds of creative.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Oh, Hershey, hi. That's so funny. We were just talking about Hershey.
Oh, hey, Hershey's here. All right. Okay. Well, let's see. So, Judith, I focused on the question of, what is some advice for your job search and how we can help you out with that. So, we start off with the magician. Bing, bing. Magician. Okay. Magician is all about manifesting, quite frankly, right? But, and this is what I always like to point out with the magician, it's not just writing it down or thinking about it, it's taking actionable steps because without actionable steps, you know, uh, like manifesting doesn't actually work. So this is asking you to really reconsider how you're marketing yourself, right? It's reminding you, and I know I've told you this in past readings, like know your own worth, right? And don't underestimate what you bring to the table. Like, you know your worth and you know your skills, right? So basically the magician is asking you to maybe revamp your resume, um revisit, your intentions, Um, and maybe revisit the multiple skills that you have that you've gained over the years, right? Like, what are all those? And maybe revisit those. And then we move into the Six of Coins, which is the Six of Pentacles. And now, I always think reciprocity with this card, but this is the give and take. This is that balance. This is
Mhm.
that remembering what you've come out of in past positions, what you want, what you don't want. That's the kind of energy that comes up with this card. It's about that mutual respect and that energy exchange, right? So you're not just going to give any company like your time. Like, I always like to say, like, when people go for an interview, that's fine, they're interviewing you, but you're also interviewing them. Don't forget that, right?
Mhm.
I know it's a tough job market, and I know it's we kind of have to take what we get sometimes when it comes to survival, but sometimes if we just tweak that mindset a little bit, right, we can sort of remember that we deserve more, right, instead of just taking whatever comes along. um but also with the Six of Pentacles, it's reminding you to reach out for extra help. Is there someone else that can help you with the networking aspect of it? Because you never know, somebody might be able to give you a lead on something, or somebody might be
Mhm.
able to recommend something to you, right? So kind of keep that in mind with the Six of Pentacles as well. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this is great because you got two pentacles in this reading, and that is about money. It can be, I should say, and career. So Queen of Coins or Queen of Pentacles. Okay, now we're getting somewhere because this is about, I mean, the Queen of Pentacles, she's like nurturing and practical um and stable, really stable, right? Um Okay, so this is reminding you, once you sort of go back and you think about all the skills that you have and everything we just talked about with the reciprocity and everything, and knowing your worth, it's like, what work out there is going to provide you that emotional and financial stability, right? Like, what is that? Like, what does that look like to you, right? Um, so what is a position that would offer you like the work life balance, you know what I mean? Like that flexibility, but also sustainability, right? So that's what the vibe I'm getting with the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have this rose garden, grow and cultivate. Okay. So basically, what it takes to grow a rose garden, I mean, that takes like a lot of skill and patience and everything like that. So I feel like you're in this rose garden part of life where you're not a teenager, right? You are a mature woman with a lot of experience, right? So when you're reminding yourself of your words, picture yourself standing right here in the middle of this rose garden and going, okay, I know what I'm worth, and I know what I'd like to manifest, and know what I'd like to do, right? And sort of that goes back to that magician energy as well, right? So being resourceful and proactive and things like that. And then some of the charms that came out is, look at this, you're doing your best. So I mean,
Mhm.
there's no doubt that you're currently like all this advice that we're giving you. I'm certain that you're already putting some of this into practice. I mean, you've been looking for a job for a while, so some of this just might be like a confirmation more than advice.
Reinforcements,
Reinforcements.
reinforcements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So you are doing the work, right? It's not that you're just sitting there going like, "Oh, a job will come to me," right? I understand that. But then with this one it says you can always edit a bad page, but you can't edit a blank page. So this is also kind of tying into saying like um uh maybe don't sit too much on, like, if an offer comes to you or whatever, and it fits in with what we just talked about. Don't wait too long on that, because you can always like take the position, and if it's not right for you, you're like, well, that's the whole thing. Like, you can't edit, I mean, you can't, you know walk away from a job that you didn't accept. You know what I'm trying to say? So sometimes
Mhm.
we do unfortunately have to accept the thing, but um like I said, I feel like you're already doing the work. I think that this is just confirmation that I'm providing to you, and then yeah, let's see what Elizabeth has to say for you.
A lot of similar vibes. I do. I agree with you. I think that she is very much doing the work, and I can't help but think about that magician card and thinking about tools. And you were talking about freshening up the resume, and I couldn't help but think, like, don't
Hmm.
be afraid to take some help from AI tools. There's a lot
Hey.
of AI tools that are available that can help you with not just the resume, but also like a
That's good.
targeted search and approaches and just all kinds of things. So, be aware. Anyways, I pulled cards for you, and my gosh, we got two major arcana cards. And, if I was looking at this, I'd be like, ooh, this is like a love and light, love and light reading. So I'm gonna give you the oracle cards first because I feel like there's a call out for you here.
Good night,
So
Viviana. Bye.
bye. Yeah, we have some friends saying goodnight. All right. So this one here, open your eyes, right? Awakening. It's almost like you have to stay alert. So what energy or what mindset is going to empower you on your next chapter? Being on top of it, being on top of it, being on top of your game, being on top of whatever the new opportunities are, any connections and networking that you could do, any events. Sometimes there's different communities host events for job seekers. So make sure that you stay alert and don't let yourself fall into this space here. This says heart fog. And I'm going to read to you the words. Mixed signals, blocked emotions, just overall messed up, right? Um Avoid this kind because it's very easy when it's disheartening. Going through a job search is disheartening because you have to hear so many no's before you actually get to a yes. And you start questioning who you are. Like afterwards, you're just like, what am I doing wrong? I filled out this application, I got an auto reject. Like, how can I make a step forward? You have to keep at it. You have to be consistent, right? Energy or mindset to empower your next chapter. Don't give up. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Just keep, like Dory, just keep swimming. Just keep swimming because it's going to lead to the final outcome. Which, what is the final outcome, you might ask? The Empress. We've gotten the Empress here. Just a reminder that you have everything that you need within to create what you are looking for, to create that future. It all starts with the mindset. You have to be able to visualize what it is that you want. I've been in a fog just wanting to sleep. Yeah. And sometimes you sleep and there's somebody that's a little bit faster than you and they take that opportunity from you. So this card is asking you then be present. Be present in all that you do and how you show up, right? And be creative, be resourceful. This is really close to that like magician energy, I feel. And I'm going to provide you with two toothpicks to hold your eyeballs open.
I'm reading the chat down here. Am I closing my eyes?
You're like,
Buh. Ah, I'm reading the chat here and here. So if I look
oh
down here and
gosh.
here,
Okay. Well, here's the last card, the star. Yay! Wish fulfillment. You'll get what you want. You get what you want, but you have to do the steps. You really do. And this
Mhm.
reading and Angie's reading is like really asking you to, make a giant leap.
Mm,
You have to do things different. The way that we used to do things before, that doesn't work today in today's day and age anymore. Those old practices like, oh, wait for the Sunday paper and get to look at the ad. Like, no, like
right.
everything works so different nowadays. Everything is being advertised through socials and there's just so much going on. And sometimes it's the first people that get their, application in or their resume in. Those are the ones that get looked at first. The person that put in their application 3 weeks after the posting came up, guess what? They're not gonna get looked at.
Yeah.
There's no time because you know why? Because 400 people applied in the first week. So you can get what you want. um these are very positive cards here, the Empress and the Star. This is positive. Like, if I was reading, like, is this gonna happen for Judith? Hell yeah, that's what I would say.
Yes.
But you gotta do some of the things. Keep your eyes peeled. Keep your eyes peeled and don't let yourself get too heavy. Too
Wait.
heavy.
Wait, what does that oracle card say? Keep your eyes open and you're not telling me
Keep your eyes open. This is for you, Ange.
the
This
truth.
card is for you. Awakening.
Wake up, girlfriend.
Wake up.
Oh. Shit.
Friends,
That's
if
so
you like
funny.
shenanigans like this, please like
Yes.
and subscribe. We do this to each other all the time. We like to
Uh-huh.
read together. Yeah. So, yes, Judith, that is what I have for you. Thank you for for letting us read. I wish you all the best, and
Mhm.
I feel like you got this. You know what you have to do, but it's hard. It's hard to show up like that 150% every single day, day after day, paving, what do they say, pounding the
Yeah,
pavement.
selling
you know
yourself, right? Like,
yes,
holy
trying
moly.
to get
Yeah,
people to see how amazing, and like, that's exhausting. So
it
I
is.
get it. I get it. I'm just saying, hang in there, because it leads to what you're looking for.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Heaven said she fell asleep. I know it's late. We're all tired. Look, we've been on for 160 minutes. I don't even know how many
Oh.
hours that is.
Right?
I don't even know how many hours that is. Oh my God. Heaven, Heaven. Are you still here, Heaven? No, let me know. I feel bad. It's been a long night, but it's been a fun night, and we got to jump into a.
Yeah,
I really really like the themed readings because it
I do too.
gives people, like, okay, let me try something different. Uh, and we get to showcase how we can use. The tarot is so cool. Um, and you can use it in so many different ways. So
Yep.
it's nice to do something different besides general. What's my spirit guy have to say? Does Ricky still love me?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
it's nice to do something besides that. 2.5. Thank you, Renee. I needed that.
2.5
Math is
hours,
not
yep.
good for me. So,
And even with the themed readings, like, we were still able to pull someone's question into it and work its way in there to give them the
absolutely.
advice too, right? So
Yes.
that was really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, thank you so, so much to everyone who stopped in and hung
Yes.
out with us. I say this time and time again, like, it wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for the people that come in and hang out and listen and
Yeah.
support. And we get it, life happens. We can't always be there for every single one.
No.
And we certainly can't be there like, oh, 2.5 hours, 3 hours, sure, no problem, sign me up. That doesn't, like, that's hard to do. But any amount of time that you're able to come and share space, we
Yeah.
appreciate that. We're very, very grateful. So thank you so, so much. Thank you for all of the hearts. I saw lots of hearts flying when we were reading. Thank you for liking and for subscribing and for coming back. And is just someone that I really enjoy spending time with.
Mhm.
And I look forward to doing this again soon.
Yes, 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 yes. We won't wait so long the next time now.
Yeah. 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 So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I will say good night. Sleep well. Talk to your spirit team before you go to bed and put all
Yeah,
your petitions out there.
that's right.
Okay. All right. Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.